We should never allow the government to decide what is acceptable speech and what is unacceptable speech. We should penalize behaviors, not opinions, and not speech. If you start trying to regulate speech, you start trying to regulate thoughts, you start trying to regulate beliefs rather than behaviors, there's no way that you're not going to abridge the constitutional rights of millions of Americans.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, little things can be a big deal. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill.
Course can do more than just make you see great. The right pair of glasses can make you look amazing too. And right now, at our friends and family,
your digestive system has billions of bacteria, but life can throw them off balance. Realign yourself with Align.
Trillions of cells. They work together doing important stuff. The hitch? Like you, your cells get hungry. Feed them.
Myself hair. I should be in the shut now too.
With iSofa from Rooms to Go, your dream sofa is only 3 steps away. 1. Pick any
I don't keep track of regrets. I never count the wrinkles. And I don't add up the years. But what I do count on is staying happy and healthy. So I add protein, vitamins, and minerals to my diet with Boost.
Proven to help relieve pain, stop further irreversible joint damage, and clear skin in many adults.
Nicotine patch and gum, I quit for good. My tip is get help to find the best way for you to quit smoking.
So try Febreze One with no aerosols and no heavy perfumes.
Dr. Ford or her family. But I swear today, under oath, before the Senate and the nation, before my family and God, I am innocent of this charge.
Thank you, Judge Kavanaugh.
Question and answer session today. If I ask a question,
Yeah, I'm ready.
okay. If I ask a
Thank you.
question, if I ask a question that you do not understand, please ask me to clarify it or ask it in a different way. I may ask a question where I incorporate some information you've already provided. If I get it wrong, please correct me. I'm not going to ask you to guess. If you do estimate, please let me know you're estimating. Now, I want to make sure that all of the committee members have gotten a copy of the definition of sexual behavior.
Yes, at least I have one.
Okay. We all do. And you have that as well, Judge Kavanaugh?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, have you been given or reviewed a copy of the questions that I will be asking you?
No.
Has anyone told you the questions that I will be asking you?
No.
I want you to take a moment to review the definition that's before you of sexual behavior. Have you had a chance to review it?
I have. I may refer back to it if I can.
Yes, please. I'd like to point out two specific parts. Among the examples of sexual behavior, it includes rubbing or grinding your genitals against somebody, clothed or unclothed. And I would also point out that the definition applies whether or not the acts were sexually motivated, or, for example, horseplay. Do you understand the definition I've given you?
I do.
And again, if at any time you need to review that, please let me know. Dr. Ford has stated that somewhere between 5 or 6 people were present at the gathering on this date. You, Mark Judge, Leland Ingham at the time, or Leland Kaiser now, Patrick P.J. Smith, Dr. Ford, and an unnamed boy. Do you know Mark Judge?
I do.
How do you know him?
He was a friend at Georgetown Prep starting in 9th grade. He's someone we were in our, group of friends. We're a very friendly group in class. You saw the letter that's been sent by my friends from Georgetown Prep. Funny guy, great writer, popular, developed a serious addiction problem that lasted decades, near death a couple times from his addiction. Suffered tremendously from.
What is your relationship with him like now?
I haven't talked to him in a couple years. We've probably been on, mass emails or group emails that go around among my high school friends.
Okay. And how did you know Patrick Smith?
Also 9th grade, Georgetown Prep. Went by PJ then. He and I lived close to one another. Played football together. He was defensive tackle. I was the cornerback, wide receiver. We carpooled to school along with D. Davis every year, the three of us, for 2 years. I didn't have a car, so one of the two of them would drive every day, and I'd be in the, they'd pick me up.
What's your relationship like with him now?
He lives in the area. I see him once in a while. I haven't seen him since this thing.
Do you know Leland Ingham or Leland Kaiser?
I know of her, and it's possible I, met her in high school at some point at some event. Yeah, I know her. I know of her. And again, I don't want to rule out having crossed paths with her in high school.
Similar to your statements about knowing Dr. Ford?
Correct.
Senator Feinstein.
Judge Kavanaugh, it's my understanding that you have denied the allegations by Dr. Ford, Ms. Ramirez, and Ms. Swetnick. Is that correct?
Yes.
All three of these women have asked the FBI to investigate their claims. I listened carefully to what you said. Your concern is evident and clear. And if you're very confident of your position, and you appear to be, why aren't you also asking the FBI to investigate these claims?
Senator, I'll do whatever the committee wants. I wanted a hearing the day after the allegation came up. I wanted to be here that day. Instead, 10 days passed where all this nonsense is coming out, you know, that I'm in gangs, I'm on boats in Rhode Island, I'm in Colorado, you know, I'm cited all over the place. And these things are printed and run breathlessly by cable news. You know, I wanted a hearing the next day. My family's been destroyed by this, Senator. Destroyed.
And
whoever wants, you know, whatever the committee decides, you know, I'm all in immediately. I'm all in immediately.
Yeah. And the terrible and hard part of this is when we get an allegation, we're not in a position to prove it or disprove it. Therefore, we have to depend on some outside authority for it. And it just seemed to me then when these allegations came forward that you would want the FBI to investigate those claims and clear it up once and for all.
Senator, the committee investigates. It's not for me to say how to do it, but just so you know, the FBI doesn't reach a conclusion. They would give you a couple 302s that just tell you what we said. So.
In there? Is he still in there?
I believe he's still in there. And again, a number of us had suggested the week. I suggested it today, as did Senator Coons. And did we actually think that this was going to happen today? No. But we are in a better place than we were at 8 a.m. this morning.
Why do you think Flake switched?
I think you should talk to him.
What did you? Sorry, Senator Graham. What did you? Senator Graham. Oh, thank you.
Like right back.
That was fast.
That was fast. So, a couple things. I think I know what happened. I hope some Democrats will say if we do what Jeff said, that would end the process dispute, at least a few of them. I don't expect any of them to vote for the guy, but if we ask the FBI to look at what's in front of us no later than a week, no longer than a week, and they would say that would be a better process, that would be progress, and Jeff's trying his best to bring the country together and vote the best way he knows how. So I don't know if that's the agreement. I'll get back with you.
Do you expect Senator McConnell to honor this?
I don't know. That's why I'm going to go talk to him right now.
Do you think it would be a good idea if he did honor this?
Last time I looked, you need 50 votes.
So, but right now we don't know if anybody else would join us.
Well, all I can say is that right now, what Jeff is saying is in the makes sense to me. If that again,
do you think that Murkowski?
I don't know. I'm not speaking for Mitch. I'm going to talk with Jeff, and somebody's got to explain this to Trump. So, I guess that'll be my job.
If it's going to take this vote, are you going to back this move?
Huh?
If it's going to take.
If I'm nothing, I'm practical. Okay. Now, That's my view, but we'll see what happens.
Senator.
He said a week is enough for him or maybe less. So we're not playing this game of opening this up and it goes on forever. What he said was that I would feel better if they had a week to look at what's in front of us, no more. Some Democrats have said okay with that. Now, I'd like them to come forward. I'm going to talk to Mitch and Jeff and eventually engage with the White House. But, again, I don't think we need this. I am long since ready to vote. I think he's been very poorly treated, Judge Kavanaugh. But
Republican leadership agreed to this?
Is this going to kill
leadership
Judge Kavanaugh's nomination?
Huh?
Do you think this is going to sink Judge Kavanaugh's nomination?
Oh, absolutely not. I think Jeff feels good about Judge Kavanaugh. You just want to make sure the process is fair. But you need to ask him. I've never felt better about him being on the bench than I do right now.
Senator Graham. But Flake put out a statement this morning saying he was going to vote yes. So what changed?
This is called democracy. He talked to his colleagues, and they're going, Jeff, please just give us a few more days. Jeff's a really good guy. I wouldn't have done it. But please, let's be fair. And Jeff is trying to be fair. I just don't see we're going to benefit from anything in terms I've been doing this most of my adult life. It's 35 years ago. You know what you know, and you've heard what you're going to hear. But having said that, this is called democracy.
He looks upset.
For people like you who believe that Brett Kavanaugh is innocent of these things he's been accused of, do you think this might help other people in the country feel better about this person on the Supreme Court if a week from now the FBI comes back and says, we're good?
I think the people in the country are going to feel differently a week from now. You could probably put in the phone booth. However, if Jeff feels better about it, I feel better about it.
One of those people do you think that he was, Senator Graham, do you think he was moved after he was confronted by protesters on his way to vote this morning?
No, listen, this is Jeff Flake. I mean, this is what I actually like about the guy. Susan, I mean, all these people take it really seriously. Jeff is not a lawyer. This is hard. Again, I've been in the legal system. You have a lot of emotional decisions to make, but the fact pattern here leads itself to, I'm sorry, there's just not enough.
challenged the powerful, and they bring all of this to every story that breaks.
We've got breaking news, and it's good news.
And touches your heart.
How do you even say thank you? Thank you is not big enough.
I made this.
The images shocked the world. Relentless bombings. Stunned survivors.